XA. Law number 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. You can die from someone else's misery. Emotional states are as infectious as diseases. You may feel you are helping the drowning man, but you are only precipitating your own disaster. The unfortunate sometimes draw misfortune on themselves. They will also draw it on you. Associate with the happy and fortune instead. Those misfortunes among us who have been brought down by circumstances beyond their control deserve all the help and sympathy we can give them. But there are others who are not born to misfortune or unhappiness, but who draw it upon themselves by their destructive action and unsettling effect on others. It would be great things if we could raise them up, change their patterns, but more often than not, it is their patterns that end up getting inside and changing us. The reason is simple. Humans are extremely susceptible to the moods, emotion, even the ways of thinking of those with whom they spend their time. Understand this. In the game of power, the people associate with are critical. The risk of associating with the infectors is that you will waste valuable time and energy trying to free yourself through a kind of guilt by association. You will also suffer in the eyes of the others. Never underestimate the dangers of infection. There's only one solution of infection: quarantine. The danger is that these infection types of often present themselves as victims, making it difficult at first to see their misery as a self-inflicted. By the time you recognize the problem is often too late. How can to protect yourself against such insidious viruses? The answer lies in judging people on the effects they have on the world and not on the reason they give for their problems. Infectors can be recognized by the misfortune they draw on themselves, their turbulent past, their long line of broken relationship, their unstable careers, and the very force of their character, which sweeps you up and makes you lose your reason. Be forewarned by these signs of the infectors. Learn to see the disconnected in their eye. Most important of all, do not take pity. Do not enmesh yourself in trying to help. Flee the infector's presence of suffer the consequences. The other side of infection is equally valid and perhaps more readily understood. There are people who attract happiness to themselves by their good cheer, natural buoyancy, and intelligence. They are a source of pleasure, and you must associate with them to share in the prosperity they draw upon themselves. This applies to more than good cheer, a virus unseen it, and success. All positive qualities can infect enters your pores without us. Talleyrand had many strange and warning, spreading silently, intimidating traits, but most agreed that, and slowly before you are surprised, all Frenchman is graciousness, aware of the infection, its aristocratic charm and wit. Indeed, he came deep inside you. From one of the oldest noble families in the country, and despite his belief in democracy and the French Republic, he retained his courtly manners. His contemporary Napoleon was in many ways the opposite, a peasant from Corsica, taciturn and ungracious, even violent. There was no Napoleon admired more than Talleyrand, and as best he could, he kept Talleyrand around him, hoping to soak up the culture he lacked. There is no doubt that Napoleon changed and his rule continued. Many of rough edges were smoothed with his constant associating with Taylor, and use the positive side of the emotional osmosis to advantage. If, for example, you are miserable by nature, associate with the generous and they will infect you, opening up everything that's tight and restricted in you. If you are gloomy, gravitate to cheerful. If you are prone to isolation, force yourself to befriend the gregarious. Never associate with those who share your defects. They will reinforce everything that holds you back. Only create association with positive affinities. Make this rule of life and you will benefit more than from all the therapy in the world. Recognize their fortune so that you may choose their company, and the fortune so that you may avoid them. Misfortune is unusual the crime of folly, and among those who suffer from it there is no malady more contagious. Never open your door to the list of misfortunes, for if you do, many others will follow its train. Do not die another's misery.